what's the best drill exercise to improve quickness? First of all, I'm talking about the mechanical quickness of the high-level pattern. I assume that's what you're talking about, but if you're talking about strength and conditioning type stuff to get your body quick, that's important too, but that's not my expertise. So if that's what you're asking, go find a strength and conditioning person who knows that stuff. But from the technique, from the high-level pattern technique, you improve quickness by number one, do not muscle up. Muscle up trying to hit the ball hard. When you muscle up, I guarantee the first thing you do is this. When you really want to get your muscles into the ball, the first thing you'll do this, and now what I teach you doesn't work. And you won't be quick. This move, I don't know if it's neurological, I can feel it every time I do it. I know instantly I muscled up on that pitch because my barrel didn't snap out there quickly. Okay, I can feel it as soon as it happens. And your students will too. If they can't already, they will shortly. And as soon as you do this, the snap, you have to push your arms because the snap won't be from behind the corner. Okay? I'll turn my camera just a bit. That poster right there is Matt Cada. Matt Cada was one of the first pro players, second pro player I worked with. David Matranga was the first one. And Matt would send me video while he was in the minors. He ends up with parts of 7 years in the big leagues. And one day Matt sends me a video and he says, "Hey Rich, every time I do this first, I get beat." Okay? Oh, no kidding. That's because you're muscling your back. You're thinking forward, and the muscles think forward, and we've got to think forward. Okay? Snap forward. So, to improve your technique within the pattern, you've got to get one-legged. You've got to understand the stretch, the 3D loading stretch, and you've got to tilt and snap. This is the quickness. Okay? All right? Get your student doing this right, the command, and then bring them on to the command drill where you say load up, and they'll coil and get ready, and then you say go, and the instant you say go, they hit the ball or they swing the bat. They have to get this quickness feeling. They'll know it as soon as they do it, and you'll know it as soon as they do it. And then 3 swings later, they're not doing it. Okay? The hardest part of a swing change is all the thinking you have to do. You have to think a lot between pitches to get yourself reset and ready for the high-level pattern, ready for the next pitch or the next command or whatever you're doing. And kids are so used to just swinging without thought that even after you've taught them or gone through a lesson and helped them get a little better, if you don't demand for them to reset between each pitch and rethink and get themselves set up back and they can feel it before it happens, if you don't demand that they go through that step, I guarantee within 2 or 3 swings they're going to be doing their old swing. The good news is, it might be a week, it might be 2 months, it might be 6 months, but pretty soon they can just swing like they used to without thinking because now they have a new swing. But they have to think and reset their computer every time between pitches, okay? So that's a long way of saying to improve their quickness, they've got to get stretch and fire, and they have to, you have to give them a command drill, and they have to burst the instant they hear the command. One more thing on this topic that I'm experiencing, and I like what I'm about to say. One reason they're not quick, after you've gone through your tee work, and maybe you're flipping the balls, or maybe they're facing the machine or whatever, one reason, I should say, when they start to, it's mostly when they start to face velocity. They can't swing the bat until they know exactly where to swing it. That's what they think. Okay? And it sounds reasonable, but it's dead wrong. We have to do this every time. Every time I know where I'm going to swing, I'm going to swing right there. Imaginary ball right there, the whack-a-mole drill, right there. My barrel is going to go right there at launch. And what happens is, Because of that, I create an arc that the ball runs into. Well, your question is, how do you know right there is the arc, is the spot is going to create the arc that the ball runs into? Here's what I know. I know that my mind is a hell of a computer. It's a hell of a GPS system, if you will. And as I'm looking at this ball and I'm snapping my bat right there, my body is going to take me to the up and in ball without thought. It's just going to do it because I'm looking at it. And I've got a hand-eye program. I have a hand-eye app in my brain. Okay? And when I snap my bat right there and the ball's outside, it's going to go from here to there. When I snap my bat right there and the ball's high, somehow it's going to take it up there. This is a huge part of launch quickness. And here's what I've started asking my players to do. I want you to forget about the damn ball. I want you to look at it, but I don't want you to try to hit it. I want you to snap your bat and create an arc over and over and over without concern of hitting the ball. I take the anxiety about making a bat ball collision out of their mind, and I ask them just snap the bat into an arc. Guess what? If not the first pitch, the second pitch, they'll crush the ball. They no longer have this anxiety about where to swing. The ball comes out of this machine, is it going to be inside? Is it going to be outside? Is it going to be up? Is it going to be down the middle? And before I ask them to do this, they're stagnated because they can't do anything until they decide to swing out or to swing in or to swing up or to swing down. But when they already know before that pitch is thrown that they're going to launch their bat right there, and their mind, their body is just an amazing thing, and it will get the barrel of the ball. When they figure that out, they look at me and say, wow, what is this? And you've seen me post or talk about this video of Manny several times. What's he looking at? He's not trying to make contact. I mean, he is. He knows. He's creating an arc that the ball runs into. Where's his bat going? His bat is whacking the mole. And yet the body turns him into the ball. Okay? I know it sounds like magic, and for the most part, it kind of is. We won't be quick if we're not snapping to the mole and trusting it. And it takes a lot of trust. But it won't take hardly any swings at all. 2 or 3, 4, 5 swings. They snap the mole, and somehow the bat gets in front of the ball, and they'll buy in. Okay? Let me scroll back here.